Alright. Again, we'll do a Susan, tell a story. I don't like to remember, it hurts, said Emma. But I do know that after that I started behaving badly at school. I didn't want to go, and I didn't want to talk to anyone. It felt like my ability to speak had been taken away. I couldn't form any real relationships, and I ended up running away when I was 14. I was sleeping rough and staying on friends' sofas. Everyone had let me down, and I didn't want to get hurt anymore. I met an older man who I believed loved me, and all I wanted was to be loved by someone. That older man was a man in his 30s. He showered her with attention, gifts, alcohol, and drugs. After she put her trust in him, he began to use violence on her and forced her to sleep with other men. She said, I just hope that one day one of the men will want to save me, but it never happened. Eventually, Emma was able to run away, and she was rescued by the police. Unfortunately, this story is not just her story, but stories of many girls like her around the world. Whether caused by poverty or not being loved, each year, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, hundreds of thousands of underage girls escape from their homes, are lured by deceptive job offers, or sold by their families to become sex slaves. Former President George W. Bush said, "There's a special evil in the abuse and exploitation of the most innocent and vulnerable. The victims of the sex trade see little of life before they see the very worst of life, an underground of brutality and lonely fear." Child sexual exploitation is a critical harm caused by poverty, broken homes, and the worldwide influence of hedonism, and can be appeased by teaching people God's word, sponsoring national missionaries, and by individuals like us continuing to follow God. For the poem, according to an article by the UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund, over 1 million children enter the sex trade every year. The average age of commercial exploitation in the U.S. is between 12 to 14. That's from a Boston initiative to advancing the rights. It is also one of the fastest growing criminal sectors, second only to the drug trade. And actually, according to the same organization, it can surpass the drug trade in a matter of years. Now, the causes of it, the first cause is poverty. According to a non-profit organization called CARE, approximately 246 million children work. A lot of the families in the 1040 windows, they struggle to survive. A lot of times they get deceived by lying employment agents. Like, oh, we can help you find a good job as a maid in this big city. You get lots and lots of money, or you can work as a cook. And what happens is, they say, okay, the family, they're deceived, they take the girl or boy, and they lie. There's different phrases that they go through, but it's horrible. And especially in India, families, sometimes they make deals with exploiters because part of their belief is they believe in a karma, fate, that you deserve your lot in life. Like, the reason why you're a prostitute is because you deserved it. You probably have done something really bad in your past life. Kill someone. The second cause is the lack of love. A lot of the girls, they run away because of broken homes. Sometimes it's domestic abuse. Parents, they fight. Child abuse. It's the only home they know, and it's sad. They run away. And what happens is, once they run away, they're met by someone else, and they know, we can love you, we can. They lie, and they get trapped. And the last cause is the worldwide culture of hedonism. Hedonism, to define it, is the belief that life is just about having fun. Life is it's all about you. And that's dangerous. We can see hedonism in TV commercials. Instant gratification. Buy this and you'll be happy. Do this and everything will be okay. And that's dangerous because if people only think about themselves, they don't think about others. They don't think about doing good. All they think about is, me. So for the solutions, I think the most important solution is to teach people God's word, because the reason why these things happen is because people don't follow biblical values. Poverty is one of the causes, but I think if you look deeper in the cause, it's actually the love of money that causes the families to sell their children, and but in the Bible we can teach the people that money is not everything. That like the poor widow, Danny. Like the poor widow who only had 2 coins, she gave it to God. And if we teach the people God's love, it can make everything better. Not everything we have belongs to God. That our times are in His hands, and that God will be the judge. Psalms chapter 31, verse 15, Genesis chapter 18, verse 25. The second solution is to sponsor a national missionary. And this is, I also sponsor a missionary, and he is Shiramali Joseph, I can't pronounce his name, but the organization is Gospel for Asia, and it's really nice because it's an alternative to sending missionaries, like from the US to China or India, because national missionaries, they want to preach the gospel, but a lot of times they don't have the resources to, they don't have the money, they don't have the tools to. And what these organizations do is you give them the money and they help train them. And it's a lot more economical for a fraction of the cost. They already speak the language, and they can already, they look the same as their ethnic group. So it's more effective for them to be missionaries and share God's word. And they're not afraid. A lot of them, they're not afraid to die. Oh yeah, this is the national missionaries, same flyer. And this is, I was in Kuwait when he added me on Facebook. And I didn't know who he is. And I decided to help him out. And he asked for a donation, and I gave it to him. He also asked for a power projector. And I was in Kuwait, and I bought the power projector from the PX. I mailed it to him, and he sent me this picture. You can see the power projector over there. So it's really nice that I help them share God's word. And the last one is to continue to follow God and courageously. Even though this world is messed up, you still need to have faith and follow Him. He will empower you and give you strength. So in conclusion, child sexual exploitation is a serious problem. According to David Ficknor, director of Crimes Against Children Research Center, 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 10 boys will be sexually victimized before adulthood. It is caused by poverty and unloving environment and the culture of hedonism. In the book of Isaiah, he talked about during the siege of Jerusalem, how mothers would eat their own children. And I wonder to myself, how can that happen? But I find that poverty and hardship sometimes can make people do desperate things. And the solution would be to teach others about God, sponsor national missionaries, and be strong in the Lord. Eli Wiesel, a World War II Holocaust survivor, said, "There may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be a time when we fail to protest." Religion, that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless, is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. James chapter 1, verse 27. Thank you.